I firmly come to believe that Bitcoin is on its inevitable march to $1 million.
Bitcoin breaks all-time high today, hitting $123,000. And as you just heard, the CEO of Fold, a major Bitcoin rewards app, says Bitcoin will hit $1 million and surpass gold in market cap. This isn't just hype. Fold has real adoption and data from millions of users and deep industry insight.
Bitcoin has always been really a millennial-driven asset. Gold has been held by much older generations. But what we see now, there are more Bitcoin holders in the US than those that are holding gold. Ultimately, Bitcoin will eclipse gold as the preferred sound money asset for Americans and for the world. And that's where I firmly come to believe that Bitcoin is on its inevitable march to $1 million.
Let's take a look at gold's market cap, 22.5 trillion, in Bitcoin trading at a total of $2.38 trillion in terms of market cap. To surpass gold, Bitcoin will need to trade over $1 million per coin, which aligns with long-term institutional projections. Let's take a look at the Fear and Greed Index this week. We're going to take a look at crypto and stocks. And for those of you that don't know, it reflects overall investor emotion. When greed is high, markets may be overheated, but during fear, smart investors accumulate. Currently, we're trending towards greed in crypto, showing increased confidence. Yesterday, we saw 68. Last week, we saw 52. And now we're at 70 out of 100. This can also lead to major volatility. It doesn't necessarily mean that the top is in. You can see the yearly high, which was November 21st, 2024, was at an extreme greed of 88. And if we're taking a look at stocks, we're also seeing an extreme greed at 76 out of 100. A week ago, same thing, just a 75, 1 point lower. Let's dive into the Bitcoin chart, and you can see, as mentioned, Bitcoin breaking all-time highs, hitting $123,000, breaking above the huge psychological barrier of 100K and continuing the parabolic run. This breakout likely signals a new phase of the bull market where institutional FOMO, ETF inflows, and macro narratives are fully priced in. I have the next price target at $140,000, and you can see when we break these resistances and start diving into price discovery, nobody knows where the price will go. We saw a weekly candle of almost $10,000. So we can see another one or another few candles hitting the 140K target. We're making higher highs and higher lows. We're holding above the trend line. We're holding above the weekly EMAs, and Bitcoin is looking extremely great. Now, let's take a look at ETH. It isn't the same picture, but we saw a 15% rally in the last 7 days. Riding on multiple bullish narratives, you have ETF inflows beginning to pick up, altcoin rotation as BTC dominance cools down, and we're seeing DeFi TVL, which is increasing. You can see here right now also over the last week, over the month actually, we saw a 10% increase in TVL in terms of total value locked in DeFi. Also, we're seeing huge inflows from BlackRock, which is buying ETH like never before, stated by Crypto Rover. And you can see the tons of amounts of ETH that BlackRock is buying, and we're seeing huge inflows. And next on our weekly Monday market review, Pump.Fun, the viral Memecoin launchpad on Solana, has officially launched their native token Pump, and we saw a huge and successful raise by them, raising $600 million in 12 minutes at a $4 billion market valuation. And Bybit and other sexes sold out in seconds. You weren't able to purchase unless you were extremely fast and lucky. You could actually purchase on the Pump.Fun platform. You had up to 12 minutes before it fully sold out. And the presale has seen significant traction, as mentioned, with users speculating that the Pump.Fun token could become the BNB of Solana's meme coin economy, powering future meme launches, protocol governance, and user incentives. The token may bring utilities like revenue sharing, discounted fees, governance voting on featured meme coins, or even early access to token launches. So let's take a look at the performance of the token. I was actually able to sell a little bit higher, and it's still trading at 5.2 billion FTV. We're seeing a volume of $362 million, so quite impressive. They're still holding higher than the 0.004 public sale that they came out with, so users are still in approximate 30% gains. With hundreds of thousands of wallets already interacting with Pump.Fun, the airdrop distribution potential is massive, but competition is heating up. At the same time, Let's.Bonk.Fun has just overtaken Pump.Fun in daily revenue according to DeFi Llama. This signals a shift in attention and usage, with traders gravitating towards what's fresh and buzzing. Let's Bonk's rise is a reminder that in meme coin culture, momentum and timing are everything. Pump.Fun may have had first mover advantage, but newer platforms are quickly gaining traction, and this marks the start of a new phase in MemeFi infrastructure, where platforms aren't just launching tokens, they're building ecosystems around meme trading and incentivizing user loyalty. While Bitcoin has already hit a new all-time high, many altcoins haven't moved nearly as much yet, meaning there could still be major upside in the altcoin market. This week is a great time to start scanning the market for high potential altcoins before capital begins rotating heavily from BTC into the broader market. Focus on L1s that haven't pumped yet, for example, Near, Phantom, Solana, strong AI tokens gaining momentum with real use cases, and even gaming and metaverse tokens as narratives around Web3 entertainment resurface. Watch for any major upcoming token launches, project upgrades, or airdrops. These tend to draw liquidity and hype early in an alt season cycle. Also, influencer and community chatter is key. The alpha groups you're in, what major accounts are suddenly talking about, and this is also the time when low cap gems with working products, revenue, or upcoming releases start getting attention. Are we looking bullish or bearish or just ranging? Personally, I think we're looking bullish as Bitcoin breaks all-time highs. We're seeing massive adoption from institutions, treasuries, governments, and tons of huge demand pouring into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and you can't even ignore XRP as well, which is doing extremely great over the last 7 days and 30 days. If we take a look at the crypto total market cap, excluding BTC and ETH, you can see that we're actually climbing, we're putting in higher lows, we're bouncing from the moving EMA, and all we need to do is break this resistance, and it looks like we're moving into an extreme altcoin season. What alts are you watching? If you want us to cover any crypto coin, post below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys in the next video.